Going to be talking about our big story at 11, the big story across the state of Indiana, the alarmingly high number of evictions across the state of Indiana. Friend of the show, Lauren Kostick, will be along. Have a feeling you're going to also get a chance to see Milo and Murphy, the two most famous dogs here on WTHR's Facebook Live. So let's go ahead and start our evening. Bring in Sean Ash, starting out the work week with us. Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, you too, buddy. How was your weekend?
I had the 40th high school reunion out in Southern California.
Whoa.
Really fun. I hadn't been out there in a while.
Okay.
It was fun to reconnect with friends. My wife and I both went to the same high school. Got a chance to see my old buddies from Corona Del Mar High School.
I'm curious.
A lot of fun.
Because we haven't had a reunion at our high school. But I'm also like, because of social media, especially Facebook, you kind of see some of your friends. Is that the case, or?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is where I grew up, in Southern California, so it's fun to go back and see the the hometown. And it's cool because most of my best friends are my high school buddies. And I don't get out there very often. So it's neat to be able to connect with them and their wives. And just had a great time. Weather was beautiful out there. And I know you guys had great weather here this week.
This weekend was nice. Warm, but not too terribly humid. I think you're probably going to notice a little uptick in the muggy meter on Tuesday. And we do want the folks to be weather aware. And also know that a large portion of your day tomorrow, it's going to be A-OK. All right,
that's good.
I want to show you the rain odds. They will be ramping up after 7 p.m. This time tomorrow, partner, we will actually have storms on radar, and we will have things to show. You can see the odds go up, but before we get to the storms and the front that's going to cause it, we're going to turn up the temps again. We'll be in the upper 80s. We might get a few locations in the 90s before this thing happens. So here's the latest risk map, and I suspect this may get pushed down a little bit, that level 2. Either way, all of our viewing area could have a severe thunderstorm tomorrow. Not saying it's likely, but it's a possibility. I think it's going to be very similar to last Tuesday when we had the slow-moving front come in. So we are going to have some thunderstorms around, scattered to at times numerous. And once we get into Wednesday morning, the front that's triggering the storms will actually settle into the southern part of the state. And a lot of Wednesday is going to be in A-OK shape. This is one of our latest model projections. Unfortunately, I don't think every yard and farm is going to get hit, but there will be some locations that may squeeze out a quick ½ to 1 inch local. This is our rain deficit over the last 30 days. You can see some areas that are pushing 2 to 3 inches below average for that time. Now, a tropical system would be nice up here sometimes when we get these dry spells. Where we don't want to see a tropical system is where it's going to be occurring. Houston floods quite a bit in these situations. Nicholas is not far from a hurricane. It's got 70-mile-per-hour wind. It'll be a slow mover. We've got flash flood watches that are up for Houston and go into Louisiana in a lot of the areas that were impacted by Ida. So your heart feels for them because there's going to be some locations with this, Scott, that'll probably get over 10 inches of rainfall.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so let's keep them in our thoughts down there. There might not be a lot of widespread wind damage, but the flooding is going to be a big problem down there. Okay,
we're going to continue to track that. Also want to say hello to our Facebook friends joining us across the country tonight. Joyce saying rain's okay, storms not. Wes joining us tonight. Sharon from Logansport is with us. Melissa is with us. Joe York is with us tonight. Bonnie Smith saying hi, Scott and Sean. Ralph joining us from Alabama again.
Hey, hello.
Ralph is always with us.
Roll Tide, roll.
I think he's a Notre Dame fan. Living in
Alabama.
Okay, all right. I think he made that clear last week when we talked to him.
All right, partner.
That's right. Anna saying Butler, Pennsylvania, first-time listener. So good to have her with us. And Ralph, Ricky, Wes, Joni, Melissa, Josephine saying hi, Scott, blessings to you. And Vera joining us tonight. So great to have all of you here. Continue to let us know where you're watching Facebook Live. We'll give you a shout out over the next 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to the big story of the day. And of course, we're talking about evictions across the state of Indiana because we wanted to concentrate on this tonight at 11 because the numbers are really high right now. This comes 3 weeks after the federal moratorium on evictions. Let's bring in friend of the show, Lauren Kostick. That's her story that she's working on. Good to see you, my friend. Tell us a little bit about your story that we're going to see coming up here in about 55 minutes over on Channel 13.
Well, Scott, like you said, the moratorium, the federal moratorium, it ended on August 26th. So we're looking now 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks later, and we're really starting to see that spike. And again, that was the fear all along when that news came out was, all right, we're going to see this spike. We just didn't know when we would. And so when I spoke with some experts and also some advocates, they say, we're really starting to see it now. So I'm going to give you an example. I looked at the docket, the court docket, and tomorrow in Pike Township, we are going to see 79 out of the 109 hearings. They're all for evictions. Again, 79 out of 109. And they're not alone. You know, I looked at other small claims courts and that's the same thing. You know, Wayne Township, even here in downtown, the Center Township Court. So we're seeing that across the board. And the other issue, experts said, is that these federal funds, they're slow to reach tenants and landlords. So just because the system is so overwhelmed with people asking for help, so sometimes tenants will end up, you know, in court because the landlord just doesn't want to wait anymore for those funds to come in. So coming up at 11, we're going to dive deeper into that and also break down how many Hoosiers are at risk. Oops, you lost my video. I apologize. How many Hoosiers are at risk for eviction, and also making sure that they know what resources are available to them, because we also found out there's a large majority of people that just don't know about these programs. Yeah, that's an important story. Again, it's interesting to look at some of your the facts that you've got tonight. 93,000 Hoosier households are behind on rent and at risk of eviction. 83% have not applied for assistance. So I think hearing these resources tonight at 11 is going to be really important for thousands of people, Lauren. Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing. And when I spoke with experts, they're like, the resources are there. We just need people to access them, to apply for them, you know, and to have that conversation with your landlord, because sometimes it's just miscommunication. And then we see these cases end up in court, and, you know, sometimes the outcome is obviously not great. Right. Let me turn to your dogs, because we always do that here, because we know that, look, Milo and Murphy, the two most famous dogs here on our Facebook show, they're awfully quiet tonight. The house is really quiet, so they're well behaved, which tells me that you're a very good dog parent. I'm trying. They were just being loud beforehand. Okay, Milo, you can bark now, okay? All right, Milo, come on over, Milo. I told you, you just have to wait. I don't know where Murphy is. Hold on. You know what I do when they hear this jar? Oh boy. He's our guard dog, so he's usually on watch. Right. And I heard when you were out this weekend, your dogs got recognized by one of our viewers, right? They did. If Wes is on here, he caught up with us at the Broad Ripple Farmers Market, and he looked. He's like, I think I know you. He's like, you're Milo and Murphy's mom. And Wes is joining us tonight. That's right. But yes, I'm Milo and Murphy's mom. And I see Murphy there, and Murphy wants a snack as well. Oh, Murphy's a cutie as well. He's like, all right, I got it. All right. And remind our Facebook friends where they can follow your dogs and their travels on social media. Yes. So they're both on Instagram. Milo is that dude Murphy. And then Milo's is Milo_Golden Cavalier. I love it. All right, Lauren, take care of those precious pups, and we will see you tonight for the big show coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Good to see you, my friend. Bye, guys. There goes Lauren, Milo, and Murphy. All right, that's always a highlight every time we get Lauren here on Facebook. All right, let's go ahead and turn our attention to school. And a story that we just love today. It was a story that was brought to us by our Sunrise reporter, John Duran, who found some kids from HSE actually learning on the farm. Check this out.
Yeah, Hamilton Southeastern second graders getting out of the classroom, getting in the sunshine and out on the farm, where they're learning everything from how and where their food is grown that they'll find at the supermarket, as well as some of the livestock and the animals they'll see in the area.
I'm a big believer that kids are able to really learn by doing. They're able to see and feel the things that they're learning.
Who needs a classroom or a textbook when class brings you to the subject you're studying.
And they're going to be learning the things that they would learn in their classroom, but they can do it here on the farm.
Second graders surrounding themselves with agriculture, farming, and even animals.
Being able for them to go back and be excited about what they're learning is something that I think keeps kids engaged in what they're learning and excited to come back out and learn some more.
Onion.
It's been really awesome and exciting to see the kids get excited about something as simple as the food that they see or they pass by in the grocery store or the fields they drive past, especially being here in Indiana, but really get to see those things up close and get excited about it and continue to be curious and ask questions and wonder and really start thinking about things a little bit different as they are driving down the road, even here in their community.
Although this is an educational experience, it is actually a farm. You see Brussels sprouts growing next to me. I got a squash in my hands. The Agri-Park says classes have started coming last week, and of course, it's a much more engaging, much more exciting to learn about things on the farm. Guys.
Story. You've got kids. Do your kids enjoy that?
They love it. We've got it. My wife, man, she's got her garden. That is her baby. But they love to go out and help. Nice. And it is a great way for you to learn where your food comes from.
Yeah. So kudos to the teacher and kids out there at HSE. Yeah. What's our wake-up weather looking like?
I think it's going to be quiet, very similar to the last couple of mornings. We're about 70 degrees, hazy sunshine, and then turning up the heat and getting ready for the storms tomorrow night.
Okay, so in terms of afternoon plans?
I think afternoon you're probably okay, like school bus pickups, a lot of practices and games.
Right.
Probably okay. The farther northwest you are, Lafayette, maybe over toward Peru.
Right.
You're fair game. But once we get after 7, 8 p.m., all of us going to be lumped together. And this time tomorrow, we'll definitely have storms on radar.
Okay, very good. Again, lots of people, Kelly saying, love this educational opportunity for the children, which is cool. So Kelly, thank you so much. And Melissa saying, such a good program for the kids. So everybody really enjoyed that story. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us here on Facebook Live. Sean and I are going to disappear for about 45 minutes. We'll join you over on 13 News at 11. Good night.